we continue, that teacher continues to do a great job. We are surveying the students throughout the class. So halfway through your class you get a survey, and then at the end of your class you get a survey. And you're basically grading your instructor. You're grading your facilities, you're grading your whole experience. And that goes into the teacher excellence number, which you see here, rated excellent, rated excellent. And teachers are rewarded based on their excellent numbers. So if they have high excellent numbers, they're going to be put into more classes, they're going to get more work. So then they put forth the energy and the effort to really have really high excellent numbers. Adaptive learning technology. This is, to me, the one thing that sets Kaplan apart from the rest of prep. There are a lot of companies that do GRE Prep. Nobody has anything quite like what we have. And at the end of this, I'm going to talk about, we have a GRE practice test coming up. You'll get to see an example of this if you come to that practice test. But we have what's called SMART reports. And the SMART reports tailor the prep to you. So the very first thing you do as a GRE student is you would come in, and the very first day of class you would take a practice GRE. You're going to go through, take the whole test, and submit the answers, and it's going to analyze your results, analyze your strengths, analyze your weaknesses, and it's going to say, you got 10% of sentence equivalence correct, but you got 90% of reading comprehension correct. So you know reading comprehension really well. We really need to work on sentence equivalence. And so it's going to evaluate you based on what you need to do, and then it's going to give you assignments. So you can see this is your strengths, this is your opportunities. You can see you get this percentage correct. Then what do we need to do? Recommendation, next step. Based on your practice scores, we recommend that you. So then you need to do this. It gives you assignments. It develops quiz banks. We have a tool called quiz banks, and it's going to develop quizzes that are based on your opportunities, based on what you need. Now, the other really cool thing is that the opportunities aren't necessarily just built on the areas where maybe you do worse, like the worst, but it's built on the opportunities where you have to score the most. So it's like I said earlier, we know how the test is built. We know exactly how much of what is going to be asked, and so we're not going to have you study things where there's only a few more points that you can gain, but it's really going to be opportunities to score the most. And so that whole adaptive technology is going to tailor the lessons for you. And then you'll see here, we do it again and again and again. So you'll have, you start off very first day of class, and then a couple months into class, and then again 3/4 of the way through the class, at the end of the class, so that when you finish with your classes and with your on-site instruction, you then know, okay, going on to my own, what do I need to do by myself? One of the really great things is that the online instruction, there's so many resources, but the online instruction continues after the class is finished, until you take the GRE, so that's incredibly helpful as well. Finally, I'm going to finish with our guarantee. We do have a Kaplan Guarantee. It's a higher score guarantee. So, sounds very basic, higher score guaranteed or your money back. You start off, you take that practice GRE, that's your baseline score, or if you've taken a GRE, that can be your baseline score as well. We guarantee that when you go and take the GRE, you get a higher score, or you get your money back. If you have not done better, we've not done our job. I will say we've been around for 70 years. You're not around for 70 years because you're constantly getting money back. You're around for 70 years because we're helping you get higher scores. However, our higher score guarantee goes the next step. Because it's really not just about getting a higher score, it's about your satisfaction. So we do, where is it? I can't see now. We do a satisfaction guarantee, and that says that, a satisfaction and a readiness guarantee. So the readiness says that, let's say you finish our course, other test prep companies will want you to go and take the test right then and there, or within a certain amount of time, to say, okay, you got a higher score, and you don't get your money back. And we're saying, listen, if you're not ready to take the test, that's perfectly fine. If you decide your schedule is different, if you want to wait till the end of your senior year, that's fine. Come back, prep with us again for free. We want you to take the test when you feel ready, when you feel confident. It's a lot like, in my view, it's a lot like being an athlete or a performer or anything like that. You're not going to just go and compete You're not going to just go and perform, you're going to do it when you're ready, when you feel the strongest and when you feel confident. And confidence is very key to us. So if you don't feel ready, come back and prep with us again for free. The other part of that is satisfaction. So let's say you go and you take your GRE and your score goes up maybe 5 points, but you miss your goal by like 2 points and you're just so disappointed. If you're not satisfied, come back, take another course with us for free. We want you to be satisfied. It's about your results and it's about your future. So again, come back, take another course with us for free. Question answer time. I will say the one thing that I did not mention in this is the different modes of delivery. We do have classroom on-site classes where it would be just set up like this with an instructor in front of you. Those classes are, we don't have any of those down here in Greenville. We do have those classes in Raleigh, Durham, and a lot of Charlotte, Greensboro. So depending on where you're at, maybe for the summer. We do have a course called Anywhere course, and those are live online. So it's live online instruction. You're able to log in from your computer from wherever you are. We keep those classes at a 20-to-1 ratio. That's a really awesome format, and one of the really neat things about that class and that program, just think about it. If we're putting someone online, you can guarantee that we're putting one of the very best teachers we have online, because we're not just going to, put someone that's just mediocre online. So you're getting one of the best teachers that we have. The other really cool features that I really like about that is I'm someone who, I may have questions, but I might not want to ask it to the whole classroom, but because we keep it at a 20-to-1 ratio, we have TAs in the class. And so you've got chat boxes in the classroom, and so then you're able to ask a TA like off to the side a specific question about something that's going on. And so you're not slowing up the whole class, or you're not having to kind of admit to the class that you're not understanding something, but you're able to get all your questions answered. And vice versa. If you're understanding something, the whole class isn't being slowed up because someone else is not understanding something, or one person is not understanding something. They also do a lot of polling. So I'm also one of those people who I'm not going to raise my hand to answer every single question, but I might be thinking, well, I think the answer is 5. And so what the teacher will do is they'll do polls. And it'll say, okay, try work on this problem, and then input your answer when you think you've got it. So put the 4 possible answers, and then you can see, okay, 50% of the class thinks it's B, 10% thinks it's C, 25% thinks it's D, and so you can still be interactive without really having to put yourself out there. Those are some of the features that I think are really cool and really special about the Anywhere class. Are there any questions?
How long does it take for you to get your results back?
Great question. I forgot to mention that. You get your results immediately. As soon as you're done taking the test, it will pop up. Those are the scores. Then it'll take about 2 weeks to get your official scores mailed to you. And your official scores will include your writing score. Your writing score will be the only score that you don't receive on the day of the test. That is determined. It is read by 2 human readers. They will each give you a score from 0 to 6 on 0.5 increments, and then the value of that mixed together is what you're going to get as your score. There's a huge differential, add a third person.
Is there any way to reduce the cost of the GRE?
There is assistance programs. I'm not exactly sure about that. I've actually just I've gotten a few questions about that recently. But I would imagine if you go to ets.org, you're going to find that you probably have to apply with your FAFSA. Any other questions?
As far as the online courses, is that same satisfactory policy?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
So you can retake the same online course too?
Yep. And the really great thing about either the on-site or the online course is that if you miss a class, you're able to join another class to remake that class up. But all of it comes with, we also have an on-demand product, which is all the content pre-recorded in pre-recorded videos. And so if you miss classes or if you didn't understand something, you're able to then watch that pre-recorded session as well. You can actually buy just the on-demand product. I never recommend that to students because students are people and we are procrastinators. And there's no schedule to the on-demand content. And I can't tell you how many students I have that buy the on-demand content and then come back and have to, upgrade to something else because it's hard to keep yourself on schedule like that.
When is the next practice test here?
Ah, great question. Didn't mention that either. I was like, the whole point of me being here. October 12th. It's October 12th. It'll be at 10:45 a.m. It's completely free. And you'll get your own little version of Smart Reports when you're finished with that. If you're interested in signing up for that, I can actually pass these around and you can register for that today. Just raise your hand if you're interested in signing up for that. Here's my message about that. It's free. If you want to sign up for it, and you're not sure that you